Hello folks, welcome to Limestone Branch Distillery. My name is Stephen Fante. I'm the Executive Bourbon Steward here in residence and the National Brand Ambassador for Yellowstone Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Limestone Branch Distillery is the maker of Yellowstone. It's been in existence since May of 2011. We started to shovel hit the ground at that point, and by February of 2012, Mr. Beam took his very first gold medal for his corn whiskey. He didn't even dust the still off. What you're going to see today is incredible. It's a 7th generation Beams that own this distillery, so therefore you're going to see a lot of history. First thing we'll do is get you a cocktail in your hand, and then we'll take a bit of a tour into the archives of the distillery. I look forward to sharing this experience with you. Let's go inside, see what we have to offer. What happens every time you go through a bottle of Yellowstone Select? A percentage goes back to the National Parks Conservancy. You want to save our parks? Drink more Yellowstone. A very traditional Kentucky straight bourbon, 75% white heirloom corn, 13% rye, the rest in malted barley. Traditional because Kentucky grew corn. It wasn't rye, it wasn't barley, all that had to be imported on buckboard and mule. Now, there's 7 major distilleries on this old Bourbon Trail map. That's similar to what I grew up with. Born and raised in the state of Kentucky all of my life, there were 7 major distilleries through the majority of it. And 6 out of the 7 of those distilleries employed a Beam as their distiller or master distiller over the years. Over 68 different brands of bourbon can relate themselves directly back to a Beam family distiller, and now growing. It is the most influential family in bourbon history, bar none. You're currently standing in the only Beam family-owned distillery left in the world today. And that's our story. Church is out. Welcome to Oz, where America's native spirit is born, our distillery. We have about 19 employees on the staff, and 4 of those are distillers. We run the place 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to produce 2 barrels a day. One of the coolest things about this distillery is everything is in one room. You can see the cook, you can see the mash, you can see the distillation, and you can see the bottling line. I've been to lots of distilleries in my life. I've never seen that. Welcome to the cutest little barrel house in all of Kentucky. How many gallons is in one of these cute little barrels? 15. So unique and different to the local cooperages, we had to import the barrels from Cuba, Missouri. And at a 3 char, how long does it take to come to full flavor going in and out of the oak of a 15-gallon barrel so much more frequently than a 53? 2 years. 2 years and a day in a barrel house in the state of Kentucky, and what do you call it? Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Some of these barrels will be that, some of them will not. Barrels that move the fastest out of this Connex container, we contemplate putting into full production, using your palates to guide our distillery's future. How much fun are we having now? Welcome to the Church of Stephen. When you come to Limestone Branch Distillery, you're going to come into this beautiful room with the stained glass. You feel like you're in church. And you're going to get to have some of the finest spirits you've ever tasted. 7th generation Beam on the still. Everything we've got on this bar is a fantastic decision. When you come in, you'll taste 6 quarter shots. That's what the state of Kentucky allows us to taste with you. You pick out which 6 quarter shots you would like to taste, and at that point, we'll explain them to you, explain the depth of their mash bills, and you do a proper tasting, and we teach you how to do that. Just one of the things that you'll learn from coming to Limestone Branch Distillery and having this experience. Welcome to the distilling history of the state of Kentucky. You see the tin on top of this bridge came from the old Trump Distillery down in Gethsemane, Kentucky. We reckon Minor Case Beam, Steve's great-grandfather, and his first cousin, Jim Beam, had a little bourbon underneath this tin before. When you walk across this bridge, you're walking across the distilling history of the state of Kentucky. That's how cool the bridge is. We hope you've enjoyed your tour today. Look forward to having you here at Limestone Branch Distillery. I'm going to enjoy this wonderful view with a little Yellowstone Kentucky Straight Bourbon and a fine cigar. Look forward to seeing you all soon.